Hello viewers, we have special guest with us today. Uh, His Excellency K.K Ahsan Wagan came to Oman recently after making a big impression in Niger, where he was conferred the highest civil award for his meritorious services there. He is in Oman for his second stint here. Your Excellency, welcome to the Arabian Stories. Thank you for sparing time to sit with us. Please tell us how your second stint in Oman has been so far.
Let me offer my deep appreciation and gratitude to Arabian Stories for bringing me to introduce myself by the second stint in Oman to viewers in Oman. Thank you so much for having me over. Rightly said that this is my second stint in Oman, which is starting with more responsibilities and the very critical and crucial times. As you know, this global pandemic has infected the entire world. More than 13 million people have been infected. More than 600,000 people, unfortunately, have lost lives. And Oman is not an exception to it. And Oman, though we do appreciate the efforts undertaken by the Supreme Committee and the Government of Oman in containing the effects of coronavirus, but coming to Oman is a second instant. I would say it's more challenging and more responsible.
You are known to be quite popular in the Pakistani community. What makes you so popular?
Very interesting observation. I would say this is more. I think more is more accessibility. I would say, put it this way. I'm more accessible. I'm more open, and I do take a little more care about the problems faced by the Pakistani community. So this openness and accessibility probably makes me more popular among the Pakistani overseas abroad.
Excellency, the country is facing the pandemic and the pain of its effect. Repatriation of community members has been a major issue, and quite a few flights have been arranged so far. How cumbersome has the process been?
Let me tell my viewers that this entire repatriation process, before repatriation, I would say there are three different categories. First was when the Supreme Committee decided that the airspace, land route and sea route will be closed. As a result, hundreds and thousands of citizens, residents, were locked down in different areas of Muscat. So then the first phase we started providing food assistance to those people who were affected in the lockdown area. And I'm happy to share today that during this entire process, we established relief committees in different cities, including Muscat, Salalah, Suhar, Nizwa, Brehmi. And in Muscat and surrounding areas, we were able to provide food assistance to more than 13,000 people at their doorsteps, strictly following the SOPs introduced by the Supreme Committee. At this point, I also want to make it on record the assistance provided to us by the government authorities of Oman, and especially reference to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Social Development and Ministry of Civil Service, whose volunteers were working with us along with our embassy volunteers to provide food assistance. So this was the first initiative that we did. And the second was the registration of Pakistanis who lost their jobs and who wished to return back to Pakistan. I remember we started the registration process in last week of March, and by April we were able to register almost 6,000 people. And out of 6,000 people, this registration continued till 21st, 22nd June. And up to middle of June, we registered 10,000 people who wish to go back to Pakistan. And I'm happy to share that out of 10,000 people, we were able to repatriate 5,700 people in 8 weeks' time. We operated almost 42 special flights. Out of 42, 39 flights were operated by PIA, 2 flights by Salam Air, and 2 flights by Oman Air. So in all, we were able to almost repatriate 5,500 people, the repatriation process. And the third I would inform here is the consular services during the pandemic time. We didn't close for a single day, and I'm happy to inform my viewers that we were able to provide consular service to more than 5,200 people. We were renewing passports, we were extending passports, we were issued outpasses to some of the overstayers. We sent 60 dead bodies to Pakistan, and there was 37 dead bodies were buried in Oman. So entire pandemic time, we were able to provide consular services to the community, which is almost 5,000 people during this pandemic time. So these three categories: one was the food assistance to the community, one is the registration of the community, and the consular services. These are the broader categories which we did during pandemic time.
Well, that's quite an impressive number considering the fact that these were special flights. And how well these Pakistanis were taken care of when they reached Pakistan?
I would say this, let me say this during entire repatriation process, the government has started from Europe, from States, from Middle East, but major junk was from the Middle East. We were able to bring in more than 200,000 stranded Pakistanis from world over, and they were properly looked after. The important initiative which I want to share here is the registration of those Pakistanis who were coming back to Pakistan according to their professions. Say some of the skilled workers, some of the unskilled workers, some of the doctors or engineers, they were registered according to their professions. And the second important initiative that the government of Pakistan did is to provide them sustenance allowance till they are readjusted in the society, till they are employed, till they start their own job, or till they return back to their job related assignments. So I think these were the two initiatives the government of Pakistan did. One was the registration in national level, and second was the providing them financial assistance during this troubled times.
The embassy ran a prolonged phase of food supplies to the community members. Would you like to share the numbers with us? How many people?
I think I must offer my deep gratitude to the philanthropists and the charitable organizations, especially the Pakistani community elders and philanthropists who supported us big way by providing food packets. Each food packet will contain about 20 kg of flour, sugar, rice, pulses, cooking oil, dry milk, and that each packet roughly was about 8 to 10 riyals per person. So this was an entire contribution by the Pakistani community who provided us this assistance, and through the volunteers of the community volunteers, we were able to reach out to those people who were affected in the lockdown area. So in Muscat area, I would say we were able to reach out to almost 13,000 people at their doorsteps after seeking approval and assistance from the Omani authorities.
Excellent. Having been in the thick of things for the past few months, dealing with the pandemic and the challenges it has thrown, what lessons have you learned and your advice to the community members to minimize its effect?
Let me say this, that these are the extraordinary timings. The world is witnessing, the humanity and every society is witnessing. And the extraordinary situations warrant extraordinary measures. I am happy to inform that myself and my team was 24/7 on the forefront. We were fighting this COVID-19 pandemic situation on the front line. So the message which I got from this challenging time is the responsibility which was shouldered by my team and the community, and not only my team and the community, but also the Omani authorities. They stood up to face this challenge with the utmost sincerity and commitment. I must congratulate my team and the Omani authorities for fighting this COVID-19 in the front line.
Pakistani community has half a dozen schools in Oman. How sympathetic was the school management during the lockdown to the parents who had problems paying the school fees?
School was one of the major, or school's education system was one of the major hit by this, unfortunately, coronavirus. As a result, all the schools, the community schools or the colleges or the entire education sector has to be closed down. So as a result, our Pakistani schools, having 6,000 students, they were forced to close down. But I'm happy to inform that a steering committee, which is looking after the school affairs, immediately ensured the safety and security of students and the supporting staff and the teachers. And they have introduced certain measures to reduce the fees, certain percentage, especially those parents who have lost their jobs. And those parents, after verifying the credentials of or producing some kind of evidence that they have not been able to support their families or not been able to get the salaries in time, those families and parents were provided some assistance. On my instructions, we ensured that the schools are not charging extra from the parents, and we are in the process of announcing some relief measures for the affected parents who have unfortunately lost jobs. So we are with the parents, we are with the students, with the families at this critical time to ensure their welfare under Pakistan school system.
Well, Excellency, do you have any good news for the thousands of Pakistanis who are stuck in Pakistan and wanting to come back here?
I think this is a national decision, lies with the Supreme Committee of Oman. And the Supreme Committee is ensuring that the population is secure, safe, and the virus infection is not spreading. And their prime objective is to contain this pandemic. And we support this initiative, this idea, and all communities are supportive of this idea. But by saying this, I would also state that there are thousands of Pakistani businessmen, Pakistani workers, and Pakistani students who are stuck in Pakistan. They want to come back to Oman. What I did, my team, we started the registration of those Pakistanis who wish to come back to Oman. As of today, we have registered almost 4,000 such nationals. They wish to come back. They are the doctors, they are some of the engineers, some of the students, and we have shared this data with the Omani authorities, hoping that once the airspace is open, these nationals will be allowed to come back to Oman. But in near future, maybe we are not looking this possibility that airspace will be open.
Excellency, you are here to stay for some time. Where would you like Pak-Oman relations to take from here?
Oman is a very close to us. We share the thousands of years of history. We share the culture, we share the traditions, we share the religion, and we consider Oman as our maritime neighbor. And my goal during this stay is to enhance people-to-people contact between the two countries. I want to promote the trade and commercial relations between the two countries. And I want to develop the more educational linkages between Oman and Pakistan. So these are the three core areas where myself and my team are working to promote brotherly and friendly relationship which are spread over centuries old during this tenure.
Do you have any particular plans for the Pakistani community and its institutions?
We have quite a few institutions here. Like one of them is a community-based organization, Pakistan Social Club. We have a Pakistan school system. We have some of the state-owned organizations. But during my stay, I want to promote the cultural linkages through the platform of Pakistan Social Club and Pakistan school system. So these are the three platforms, Pakistan Embassy, along with the Social Club and Pakistan school system. We want to promote and project the culture of both countries at various forums. So that is the soft image which we can promote through the cultural and cultural diplomacy and the people-to-people contact through these three important institutions.
Excellent. How soon will we see you in your own embassy, which is awaiting construction?
I remember during my previous stay when we were really pushing this project should be initiated. We have a lot of requests. We have been receiving a lot of pressure from the Pakistani community living here, that they want to see the symbol of friendship between the two countries, and that is clear through having our own chancery complex. So I have been sensitizing my government that we need to start the construction as soon as possible. We got the, Alhamdulillah, I'm happy to share that we got all the approvals from the concerned Omani authorities. Different NOCs we have already obtained, and now we are just waiting for the approval from government of Pakistan. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, it might get little delayed, but I'm hoping by 2020, start of the 2021, we'll be able to get the approval. I'm hoping.
Inshallah. Well, thank you so much for your time. It has been pleasure talking to you.
I avail this opportunity saying in advance Eid Mubarak to all my viewers, and I wish and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give a lot of success to our Omani brothers here in Oman in containing COVID situation. I also advise my community and experts living here that they should strictly follow the rules and regulations. They should strictly follow the SOPs introduced by the Supreme Committee, and they should stay their homes. They follow instructions, because this is the only way to contain this pandemic. So I thank you, Arabian Stories, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and reach out to the viewers along this message. I wish you all the best, and thank you for having me over.